Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of Super Samurai Market here at Nishikasai at Token Matsumoto. My name is Paul Kramers and I'm here with
Robert Hughes. And as Paul's mentioned, this is our fourth Super Samurai Market for Token Matsumoto, and we're experiencing the change of seasons. You'll notice that actually we're wearing long sleeve shirts today because it's nearing the end of October and the weather is changing, and we're seeing sort of the end of autumn approaching and cooler daytime temperatures. But
we had some sunny days here.
the daytime temperatures are still good, and it's a wonderful time to be in Japan sightseeing. And the number of tourists arriving in sightseeing spots is peaking at an all-time high. So for people interested in coming to Japan, we want to announce that, of course, November brings the Dai Tokenichi.
Again, yeah.
The premier samurai art show in the world.
Yeah. People keep asking me, when will the catalog be ready?
The catalog.
As a member of the Sentosho Komiai, what can you say to that?
Well, due to the production, it's always a tight schedule, but the catalog is usually completed 2 weeks before the Dai Tokenichi. And then if you have a dealer contact, you can send a message requesting a catalog, and usually a catalog comes with a ticket to get access to the event. The ticket covers the 3 days. So if you have a favorite dealer who wants to sponsor you, they'll often give you the catalog and the ticket for free, or you can make an arrangement to purchase one.
What do you think if anybody buys something from Token Matsumoto in Nishikasai? Will they get a free catalog and tickets?
Oh, I'm sure.
Looking into the back there, the manager,
Mr.
we see a big
Matsumoto
smile.
would definitely want to present a good customer with a complimentary catalog and a free ticket. But that means before the Dai Tokenichi, you would have to visit Token Matsumoto in Nishikasai and commit yourself to a purchase.
Exactly.
Well, at least develop a friendship with Mr. Matsumoto and his staff. The great
Hattori.
Mr. Hattori.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, what do we have today?
All right, so let's move forward, and we've got two blades to present today. We've got a splendid Wakizashi signed Tamba no Kami Fujiwara Terukado, and this is a Shinto blade with Tokubetsu Hozon Papers, and it's coming at you for 450,000 yen, and it's complete with a kosher eye. In addition to that, there's a katana featured today, and the katana is a Bizen piece, and the signature is Bizen Kuni Ju Osafune Tadamitsu Saku. And then on the other side of the Nakago, it's dated, and it's Bunmei Ninen Hachigatsu Kichijitsu. So a lucky day in August of the second year of Bunmei, which basically is August in 1470. And this blade comes with a very attractive Higo Koshirai. Yeah. So those are the sword offerings for today. How about the fittings?
Yeah, for Kodogu, we will go back to the very roots of the Machibori tradition. We have a Fuchi Kashira by the third Yokoya master, Yokoya Soyo in Shibuichi, very classic Yokoya style, very nice piece, and one of the early pieces which emerged in this new style, contrary to the old Goto style. We will. After that, we have actually a very nice Daisho, also from the mid to late Edo period, from Sendai in the old Mutsu province in northern Japan.
Made famous by Date Masamune.
Exactly,
yes.
Which you taught me today, yeah. Very, very known for Sendai Kiyosada. It's quite a famous master from this region, from this area, and I think I was actually very surprised at this, as it comes at a very quite low price for a Daisho Tsuba in perfect shakudo with gold inlays, and we hope you like these pieces very much and consider them as a next purchase as well here in Nishikasai.
Yes. Anyway, with this presentation, we hope you find it entertaining and that you give these pieces due scrutiny. Maybe they're destined to be part of your own collection.
And here we go.
Let's roll. The first item in today's presentation here at Token Matsumoto in Nishikasai is a Wakizashi signed Tamba no Kami Fujiwara Terukado. And on the reverse side of the Nakago is information that this is a Zengo piece produced at Kuwana. The length of the blade is 59.9 centimeters. This is 23.6 inches, or Ishaku Kyusun Nanabu. The sword is recognized as Tokubetsu Hozon, and it dates to the early Edo period, the Manji era, around 1660. And a very attractive feature is this sword's price, which is 450,000 Japanese yen. Next, we'll explore the blade with a visual presentation from Kisaki to Nakago, and then that will be reversed on the opposite side. So, as mentioned, this sword is 59.9 centimeters, which is 0.1 centimeters short of the designation of being a katana. So this is actually a very long wakizashi. And it's got 3 centimeters of moto haba. The saki haba is 2.1 centimeters. And the blade is shinogi zakuri iori mune, with the jihada, which you should be able to have seen, ko itame with nagare. The hamon is suguha with a bit of notare, and you can see konnie, hotsure, and small ashi, koashi. And the signature is well cut. You can see bold characters and really attractive file markings and a nice chocolate brown patina. Okay, now we're going to explore the other side of the blade going back, and you'll see the same features that were explained. You're going to see the suguha with the notare. If you look closely, you can see the konnie, the hotsure, and the small ashi that were referenced. The boshi was sugu komaru, so a sharp turn back. The habaki that comes with this sword is copper base with gold foil, and it's an etchu style habaki. Blade overall, very attractive and nice clean surface. And very nice nakago, especially the file markings. And now you see a layout that includes different perspectives. You see the shirasaya, the koshirai, and then we're going to look at the koshirai right here. You can see it's a black lacquer saya, and the ska is laced in black, and the fittings you can see are demonstrate plum blossoms and vines. The Tsuba's Hanjo Zogan. The Menuki are a little plum, a bouquet of plum blossoms. Fuchi Kashira shows autumn flowers. And the actual wrap of the ska is Tsumami Maki style ska. background information. Tambanokami Fujiwara Terukado worked in the Zenjo tradition, but he emerged from that in the Seiki area and basically reached the top of the Seiki tradition. So his activity was during the early Edo period, but he wasn't restricted just to the Seiki area. He also has work that was done in Edo and Kuwana, Ise province. So this Wakizashi includes Kuwana in the inscription. It passed the Tokumetsu Hozon Shinsa in 2023, so this year. And I think that completes the presentation of this beautiful wakizashi. The second sword in this presentation is a katana, and it's signed Bizen Kuni Ju Osafune Tadamitsu Saku, and dated on the reverse side of the Nakago, and it's Bunmei Ninen Hachigatsu Kichijitsu, a lucky day. So, an auspicious day in August 1470 that this sword was made. This sword comes with a Hozon certificate from MBTHK. The length of the sword is 63.8 centimeters, which is 25.1 inches. Now we're going to review the features of the sword in the video, and you'll see that the sword has nice sori. It's got 2 centimeters of sori, which is 0.8 of an inch. The motohaba is 2.8 centimeters, and the sakihaba is 1.9 centimeters. So this blade, given the date, is sort of mid-Muromachi period. And you can see that the blade demonstrates Chu Suguha Hamon. You can see Koitame in the Jihada with Jinie, and there's also Ji Utsuri. So as a Bizen blade, it's not surprising that you're going to find some Ji Utsuri. The Nakago is Ubu, and it's Kata Sagari file markings, and quite attractive overall. So there you can see a well-cut Bizen signature in the tight, small characters that typically represent this type of work. So, mid-Muromachi Bizen style. And we're going to review the blade then from the Kisaki back through to the Nakago. Again, you'll see that it's Chu Suguha. Now you can see the visual representation here of the Koshirai and the Shirasaya, and again you can see both sides in the Nakago. And we start talking about the Koshirai. You can see that it's a Higo Uchigatana style koshirai with a brown lacquer Ishimeji Nuri Saya. Ishimeji is kind of a lightly stippled surface, so it's not a smooth lacquer. It's got a textured finish to it. It's very attractive, and it's in a nice brown. The Tsuba is Madokiri with Paulownia, so it represents the view of Paulownia through a Japanese-style window. And this is a fairly representative style of a Higo Tsuba. The Menuki on the ska are tea ceremony utensils. And the Fuchi Kashira, which you can see here, these are iron with Paulownia flowers and vines inlaid. The ska is a white ray skin with a light brown smoked leather tsumami maki lacing. So this is classic Higo style koshirai. And the price is classic good value at 700,000 yen. If you can factor in just the value of this koshirai, you can see that overall it's a nice acquisition for a collection and should be an enjoyable piece to have with a great bizen, smith, and signature. So, forged in 1470 by Tadamitsu, Bizen province. And there were many Tadamitsus in the lineage from late Kamakura to late Muromachi. But he's a representative from the Sengoku Jidai period, which is famous in Japan for a lot of warring activities. So this is a Sue Bizen piece. I think the purchaser would be happy to own this blade and koshirai. 700,000 Japanese yen.
Our first Kodogu item today is a Fuchi Kashira by Yokoya Soyo. Soyo was the third master of the Yokoya school and student and adopted son of Yokoya Somin. His common name was Yokoya Densaburo Tomosada, and he was born in 1700 in Edo. He took over the school at the age of 34. The Yokoya school is most influential for the emergence of the Machibori schools. Its founder, the first Yokoya Soyo, was a student of Goto Kenjo, the seventh Goto mainline master, and moved to Edo around 1630, working for the Goto school till around 1645, when he was hired by the Bakufu and started his own school there. His son Somin is often seen as the father of the new Machibori style, which started separating from the traditional Goto style taught in Kyoto. He often used pure katakiri-bori and shibuichi instead of shakudo as a base material. He's also said to have been the first to create vertical kozuka designs instead of the common horizontal ones. Following his master style, we see here a very nice shibuichi Fuchi Kashira with a very detailed carving of a shishi on both the Fuchi and the Kashira. As you can see, the katakiri bori here goes almost around the whole Fuchi. It is signed with his two kanji signature reading Soyo and his very characteristic cow. Left and right you can see details of both the Fuchi and the Kashira. Actually, the amount of fake Somin and Soyo pieces is vast, so it's really nice to have a genuine example here. And a beautiful piece of history from the mid-Edo period. Of course, this piece is attributed Tokubetsu Hozon by the NBTHK. Soyo is ranked as Joko by the Kinko Meikan, and the price for this piece is 250,000 Japanese yen, which I personally believe is very fair for such a well-known master. The second Kodogo item for today is a Tsuba Daisho attributed to the Sendai tradition. The most famous master known for this style was Sendai Kiyosada, who was active in the late 18th century and employed by the Date daimyo in Sendai. The characteristics of the Sendai style are these very fine lines of gold inlays, sometimes flat and sometimes a little elevated above the ground. This is thus also called Sendai Sogan. Shakudo is mostly used as a base material, and its surface is covered with a fine ishime ground. In this daisho we can admire both actually the flat as well as the elevated type of sogan, which you see here in the details. And we also see a rough and a fine ishime ground here. This very rough ishime, as you can see, goes all around the rim. There are actually many Juyo pieces by Sendai Kiyosada, and every time I open a Juyo catalog I stumble upon one of his Tsuba, and it's really very much resembling the way he inlaid these fine gold sogan lines. I would like to read from the MBTHK Kanteisho, as it gives a quite detailed description of the style. It reads here, Amaryu Sayamon Sogan, so Rain Dragon with the Sayamon design. Sayamon is the name of this pattern we can see here, inlaid in flat gold sogan connecting the dragons. Mumei Sendai, so unsigned and attributed to Sendai. Tate Marugata, a round shape, slightly longer than white. Shakudo Ara Ishimeji, so made from shakudo with rough ishime surface. Skishtabori, this is a type of deeper carving, referring to these snake-like lines next to the dragons here. Keibori Kinsogan, Ski no Koshi Mimi, so it's a slightly elevated rim we can see here. Ryo Hitsuana to Hitsuana, and Sho Kogai Hitsuana Ume. The Kogai Hitsuana, so the one of the smaller Tsuba, the Sho, is filled up. Yeah, as you can see in the design here, we have the Amaryu and as well the Dhamma, the sacred jewel, carved next to the dragon. This daisho is attributed to Hozon and comes actually at an incredibly low price of 350,000 Japanese yen. if these Tsuba were signed, they would easily cost around 1 million Japanese yen. And this concludes our Kodogu pieces today.